I'm back with a review! Ah! The Expendables 2. Okay, so the plot of The Expendables 2, and I use the plot very loosely, is that the Expendables team are tasked to go get a case which contains something that we're not quite sure is about, and then bad guys come, they steal the case, the Expendables have to go get it back. Cue explosions, guns, explosions, and really the plot is only there to service all these set pieces and actions and to get the characters from one place to another. Now it has a very big cast of big named action stars, but it's actually, to be quite honest, more a gathering of accents. I mean, we have Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger who are just like and then we have Jason Statham who just sounds like he's whispering to people all the time. I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna kill you, because I'm Jason Statham, and apparently I've got a sore throat. And then there's Lundgren, who just sounds like his jaw has been glued together. So where are we going? I'm a big man. I am a big, strong man. And then finally we have the villain, who is played by Van Damme, and he kind of switches between this hysterical kind of Russian accent and then French. So 1 minute he sounds like Inspector Jacques Clouseau from the Pink Panther. Yes, I accept your challenge. And then he kind of moves on to typical, stereotypical Russian. And I will challenge you, because my name is Roman Pozgorgavdy and I am Russian. And with this nuclear bomb, I will rape out the world. Now that we've got the accents out of the way, I'm just going to say I'm not a fan of the original film. I think as soon as the whole selling point of the fact that it's big action name stars wears off, there's nothing going for it. And I'm not a big fan of action films either, so I went into this film quite trepidatious, and I came out and I actually had a really fun time. Now it's directed by Simon West, who also did a Jason Statham film called The Mechanic, which was it was a perfectly fine action genre flick, it was serviceable. But he's took everything from the Expendables, which I didn't like, which is, the action set pieces were boring, there wasn't much of a dynamic between the characters, and he builds upon all of that and actually makes it a really fun, entertaining summer blockbuster. And it's got well-directed action. I mean, the action is more grounded than the first. It's not as over the top and, quite cheesy at times. It actually feels like, this is violence that could actually happen, but still in a fun way for the audience to enjoy it. And there's also a lot more like fist fights and confrontations like that, and they're really well choreographed, which really surprised me, because I just expected just people just basically knocking the seven bells of shit out of each other, but it was actually really well done and quite entertaining to watch. I think what I loved about this the most was the fact that there was no shaky cam. He didn't rely on throwing the camera about to make it look like there's more going on. It was on a tripod, it was stable, so you actually got your money's worth and you got the action which you deserved from what you paid. I think the dialogue and the scripts improved as well. I mean, the first film, it was, there was these one-liners, but they weren't very, funny or, just anything interesting. Whereas this, they actually are quite funny, and there's more like back and forth dialogue going between the characters, and there's a lot of in-jokes and references to the films that they've been in as well, which was actually a really nice and funny touch, and I really liked that. The one big problem that this film suffers from though is the fact that the times when it tries to take a serious nature with the script, and those moments just fall flat because it's more of a light-hearted, just fun experience. And when you go through these serious laws, and there's quite a few, and they're quite short, but there is quite a few. So when you get to them, you just kind of feel, it's dragging and you're not really interested in the story that's taking place. But overall, I had a really fun time. So I'm going to give The Expendables a 4 out of 5 stars. I was surprised. I'm not a big action film fan, but I really, really enjoyed this film. It's not going to win awards. It's not a good film, a great piece of cinema, but as a fun, 90, 100 minutes in the cinema with your friends in the summer, it's perfect to go watch. Just have fun. And as usual, if you like this review, you can just click subscribe and you can see more.